Okay, here we are with what's going to be video number 9. VR Maestro is terrified by VRBO when he wakes to find his property profiles hidden, with one being hidden for no cause and no explanation from VRBO customer support. 7/11/2017. Okay, to find this video, you're going to go to publishing. I'm sorry, the data for this video, go to publishing. Oh, what the fuck? And I think it's number 2. VRBO terrifies VR Maestro by hiding profiles. There it is. All right. What I'm going to share below is terrifying if you have large and expensive mortgages on investment properties used for income or retirement. It's also terrifying if you realize just how crazy this situation has become without any checks in place to protect invested homeowners in our country. All right, here's the email that came in on 7/11/2017. Dear Brian, notice your VRBO property has been hidden from search results. Property singular, one email. Dear Brian, you have had a significant number of booking request declines lately. To provide the best experience for travelers booking on our platform and help prevent a negative impact on performance and ranking, we've temporarily hidden your property from being displayed in search results. Once you're available and ready to accept bookings, you can easily unhide your property. Visit your dashboard, go to the listing detail page, change the setting to unhide. Please review marketplace standards. This is terrifying, folks. Okay. What VRBO has just done here is they have just shown me, in this case, a guy who's holding $720,000 in mortgages, that they fully control this aspect of my marketing channel. And if I'm not doing significant amount of business outside of them, they basically have said, we own you. You will take whatever it is that we bring you, or else on $720,000 in mortgages. Okay. You know, if I call to talk to somebody about this, my first call is going to be to a guy in India making $3 to $4 an hour. If I force to elevate, I'll get his boss who's making $5 to $6 an hour. And if I elevate that, I might get to somebody who's making $12 to $14 an hour in the Austin area, although I understand they might have shipped that out to the Ukraine. Folks, this is just crazy. Now, so anyway, let's keep moving here. I logged into my console, and there it is. There's a property that's hidden. This is the property that I had been forced into online booking on. And to my recollection, I had been forced into online booking. And about the same time I got forced in, I had some transactions, some bookings in process offline that were, direct or otherwise not related to them. I had booked those. One of them or two of them hadn't made it to the calendar on here. And so then I got requests through here. I had to decline because I wasn't syncing my calendars. Because it had never been such a critical issue before. And generally speaking, when you have multiple properties, it's okay to get other requests because you can cross-sell them on the other. That's not why they were open. I don't like doing that, but it's one of those where it's just part of doing business. So the really strange part about this is that this shutdown came days, and I want to say it might have been weeks after the last transaction that transpired on this property. So my point is, it's not like, I had turned down 3 in a row, and on the third one, that night the algorithm ran and said, hey, we need to chop this guy off. This was days later. It was out of the blue. It's like, boom, somebody just woke up that morning and said, hey, let's run some algorithms and shut down some profiles. I mean, let's just create some stress. But this is where it gets far more disturbing. I went to my other property, which was 77119, which was not a part of the online booking or book it now system at all. I was not obligated to any of the metrics that they use. I did not use their internal communication system. I would log in, I would grab the email address, and I would return the quotes and requests from my email as I had been doing for over a decade. But this one was hidden too. So I called it tech support, and somebody right now is saying, fuck, go somewhere else. Yeah, trust me, I'd go somewhere else in a minute, but they own most of somewhere else. And George Carlin told us that decades ago. Meet the HomeAway family. Folks, they have bought up the entire industry. They are currently competing, not competing. They're currently competing with Airbnb and TripAdvisor. We are in a marketing monopoly. Okay, so I called customer service. Basically, it got worse. The customer service agent indicated that 77119 had been shut down for failure to respond to quotes, except that, I wasn't required to respond using their communication system. They used to log when we log in to grab the emails to trigger or to note that you were responding. Don't know if that system got shut down, got removed, got turned off, or what. But even then, as far as he knew, we were not under any requirement to do anything. So while I was logging in and getting my leads and replying via email, the system was cut off. So basically, I forced him to start to put this in writing before I got off the phone with him. I had him create a case, put it in writing. And here's what he wrote. As per our discussion and findings, it was evident that the listing 77119 was hidden due to a lack of response to inquiries through the platform. This listing, however, is not set up for online booking. Okay. So I wasn't required to use their communication system through the platform. I had never used their communication system through the platform up until this point. And he knew of no rules, policies in the company that they should be shutting off my profile, because there was no way for them to track who I was and wasn't responding to other than when I logged in, which they used to do, I thought. Who knows? It was evident to him, or he and I both agreed that it appeared somebody must have manually shut off my profile. The other reason that we agreed on that is because I did not get a second email regarding this shut off. I got an email. The other email aligns itself more with 413872. So anyway, this is also when the information came out that this guy had indicated that he was surprised I had gotten pushed into online booking. I started bitching about that. And he said that an email had gone out April 25th announcing the June 21st date for that conversion. And he couldn't necessarily understand how or why I got pushed into online booking. At this point, was it 2 months prior, 6 weeks prior? So anyway, in the bottom of his email, he included the marketplace standards. We recommend the best practices outlined below to avoid being hidden and missing booked requirements. Keep your calendar updated. Make sure your rates and fees are accurate. Set up your house rules. This is where it gets interesting down here. Download the mobile app. Sign up for push notifications to see booking results as soon as they happen. Set up text message alerts, SMS. Receive your requests via text message and respond quickly, which basically says be our bitch or else. I mean, folks, I'm in my mid-40s. I'm in my late 40s, and I'm probably young as compared to most of my counterparts who've been in the vacation rental business. These folks are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and maybe even in some 80s. And it is arrogant and ignorant to think that you can take mortgage holders who've been on this planet for 5 and 6 and 7 decades and tell them that basically they need to set up text messaging to receive text alerts, messages, and respond quickly, or else. I mean, this is just ass backwards. Okay? So, I can't fathom what's going on in the minds of Expedia execs. I don't know that they've got, I think that there's something going wrong. Anyway, this email was never answered, by the way. He put this request in for a response for that email that was never requested. And this is what triggered the email dialogue that I covered in the prior video number 8. So let's just go look at that Expedia ticker thing one more time. I showed you on the last video, I showed you this is what happened in the last couple days. Let's go back a little bit. I came online and started publishing about in here along with, 2 or 3 or 4 other people, along with, a couple, 4,000 or 5,000 people in a forum. And, Expedia just barely missed earnings calls, and poof, they dropped 25 points. I mean, that comes from pissing off 1 million people. That comes from pissing off a lot of small business people. Here we go again. They hummed them along. They're, bullshitting their way through the next quarter, trying to make people think things are good. And, they miss a little bit, and poof, there's another 20 points. I mean, the Expedia brand is on the line now. It's not, we realize that everybody realizes that HomeAway and VRBO are a small portion of Expedia, but you've pissed off 1 million people. 1 million homeowners, 1 million small business people who are also travelers, who would also have been using Expedia branded stuff. So not only are they not using it, not only are they pushing a book direct hashtag, not only are they pushing an avoid Expedia hashtag, they aren't using your products. And, I have a mailing list of 700 people. I'm one guy out of 1 million. So long term, the stock analysts, the short sellers, I mean, they've got to start taking into consideration that while HomeAway and VRBO is the newest portion of Expedia's portfolio, the damage they've done to their name already is significant, and the word is just getting out. I mean, this isn't public knowledge yet. I mean, we're just getting going with some of this stuff. I say we, I'm talking about a collective community, not me. I'm a small fry in all this. So anyway, that's going to wrap up, video number 9, and we'll get on with number 10 shortly.